Okay, hey, welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here, where we talk about my favorite thing in the entire world, crypto. We're on Pulsechain. Pulsechain is going parabolic. Oh my god, things are just going crazy. Did you see incentive coin? It went up 300% in the past couple of days. It's a 3x in a couple of days. It's getting crazy. And I've been looking around places in Pulsechain where to put my yield, and I realized that one of the places where I want to park my yield I've not talked about it for a while, so I figured we might as well just get right into it and start chatting about SparkSwap. Okay, what's going on with SparkSwap? Has it grown? Is it still growing? Is it getting better than before? Yes, yes, yes. It's going pretty well actually. So let's dive right in, and I'm going to actually park some funds in there. Put my money where my mouth is. So this is SparkSwap here. We have the token at the price of 21 cents, up from the lows of about 15 cents. I think we can actually have a check on that very soon. We'll do some token detailing. What SparkSwap offers is similar to, if you watch this channel, you've seen that I've covered already PLS Farm. So SparkSwap actually came before PLS Farm. And the reason I was using PLS Farm, still am, is because of course it's an earlier protocol, therefore the yields would be higher because it's not as it made. But actually, from looking at pools that I'm in on PLS Farm and looking at what now SparkSwap is offering with the token price going up, then that's meant that, well, the yield is better now on SparkSwap for some pairs than it was for, PLS Farm, which is interesting, right? So I'm going to go on both. Here is Spark's token performance. Since the lowly lows, it went down to 10 cents, and now it's done a 2x from that and continuing to climb. Like, that's a very nice rising of price performance right there. Oh, this is from their own DEX, so that's why it only started in December. Anyway, so the good news is, incentive up 54% today on Pulse. PulseX up 17%. Incentive again up. It's everywhere. It's covered 3 places because it's in liquidity with so many coins, right? But SparkSwap offers 2 very unique things. Number 1, Spark token with SDAI. SDAI will connect my wallet. I'll show you exactly what's going on. So SDAI, you get SDAI by bridging DAI from the Binance Smart Chain over onto SparkSwap. You come into the bridge. We've covered this on video before. Come here, bridge, and then it offers you the opportunity to get onto Binance Smart Chain or Arbitrum, right? And then you can bridge over your DAI and get SDAI, right? The SDAI you can then farm with in different pools and get very good yield, right? SDAI is pegged to DAI, it's $1. So that's Spark token with DAI, protecting it from any volatility, 241% APR. Lovely stuff. ETH with normal DAI, that's just DAI from Ethereum. 109%. What I'm looking at today is the DAI with Pulse token on the PulseX liquidity, which is great because it's the same PulseX liquidity that's tied to war and finance, and we know that we're loving a bit of war in these days because that's been printing that big as well. So 168% APR. If we come to Pulse Farm, then we are the same pool, 106% APR. So at the moment, we're getting almost double, well, 50%, 68% more, I guess, not double at all, 68% more yield on this one, right? So definitely I'm interested in getting in this at the moment because I'm not going to leave the Pulse farm. I'm going to leave my funds in there, but then I'm going to take new funds and put them in this farm today, right? That's what's happening. And other ones of note would be this one, which I'm in. This is stablecoin with stablecoin for 88% APR. Amazing stuff, right? So I've got $2,000 in here. It's earned me $10, earns about $5 a day. Nice passive income for me. And then I just can either choose then what you want to do with the token you get out, because there is a trick to SparkSwap, which is also the trick that I use in PLS Farm, where you come to the sparkler and all you want to do is feed it into the sparkler and get printed back out LP tokens, split the LP tokens, and take the Pulse token as your profit, right? That's the game, okay? This makes it an extremely sustainable platform, right? Because we're getting 82% APR at the moment on Spark and Pulse, or I am, right? So moving into liquidity now, I'm just going to take that Spark and Pulse that I got from the sparkler, right? And then I'm going to remove the liquidity, okay? Remove it. Boom. Taking then the Pulse token into my wallet, pair it up in other things, use it, spend it, do whatever you want with it, right? And then the Spark token, I'm going to just send it straight back, locking it back up in the Sparkler for the long term, right? Longer pays better. Delay gratification. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to get everything straight away. You can relax, wait for the day when you're going to get big payday, because that's exactly what Pulsechain has shown every single one of us in that long dip. That was about 4 months of really bad token performance, right? Really bad. But now, yeah, here we go. 113 maximum days, 295% APR estimate. Boom, in we go, right? But what he's shown us, again, Richard Hart has shown us that by delaying gratification, by continuing to DCA into the Pulse ecosystem, now we're richer than we ever were before because of 4 months, 5 months of accumulation and playing around in these kind of protocols, which are trustworthy and performing still to this day. Like, this is not a new protocol anymore. SparkSwap is, over 6 months old, I think, and doing really well. So that's why we now send it back in. That's what we got to do for the longevity of the project. At the same time, I'm going to get into one farm. We're going to go into the DAI with Pulse, because although Pulse has pumped a lot, now it's going to cool off probably. So I'm going to pair it up with DAI, protect it, and get 168% APR at the same time. We need to come into the Pulse X and form the liquidity there. So we come to the trade, we come to exchange, right? And then we're going to pair our Pulse swap our Pulse into DAI. Boom, over here. We're going to take 10 million, which is $1,470. Come up to liquidity. We then add liquidity, and we want to add this to this very same one, right? The Pulse and DAI. Richie, why do you already have Pulse and DAI? Well, that's because over here at our man Warren, who's paying us out 2.9% daily on our Pulse DAI. Yeah. By using Warren, you get paid out in Pulse DAI. So for example, I've got $240 here to either sell or rebond, right? I'm holding it. I want to build this hold bonus way higher than 0.05, right? So I'm going to hold that for a while. We're waiting. We're building it up, right? Warren, by the way, is almost about to hit 2 million in liquidity. Ridiculous. The token price is almost hitting 3 cents. This thing is an absolute beast. It's going to go and go and go. So of course, we just keep building more and more stakes. That's what you do, right? But this pays you out in the same LP token that I've been using in Pulse Farm, and I'm going to start using a SparkSwap as well. This is connecting the dots in the most ridiculous way you can imagine, right? So yeah, we come here. We should now have the DAI, and we pair it with the Pulse. We approve the DAI. We throw it in, right? You could also use your DAI and Pulse to start your journey with Warren. Different risk tolerances for different percentages of your capital is what I'd suggest here, right? So what do I mean by that? The SparkSwap is paying you a high APR of 118% APR. That's very much reflective of the price of the token and the emissions of the token and how much they want to give to that pool, right? Maybe they can change that if they wanted to, right? I don't know the contract that deep. So the yield could fall and your rewards could go down, right? The risk in SparkSwap is that it does have a deposit fee and a withdrawal fee, I believe. Come to the farm we want, DAI and Pulse. And we'll click on this, right? We need to approve this contract. I think it's probably got a deposit fee and a withdrawal fee, because otherwise, why would they not just incentivize people to, go into they want you to go into the native assets, right? Deposit and withdrawal fee of 2%. So at 162% APR, we're going to have to wait about 4 or 5 days to get our deposit fee back and 4 or 5 days to get our withdrawal fee back. So you're in here already for 10 to 14 days farming the token, probably sell that back into Pulse to get your ROI, right? But then from that point on, it's free money. And at any point you want, you can withdraw your funds from this. You can split the LP and be along your merry way, right? That's all you can do. It's your choice. Do you want to sell the reward token, or do you want to play the long game with it? The guaranteed success way, longer pays better, delay gratification, right? But if you don't want to do that, you can just farm and sell it. No one's going to come to your house, knock on your door and say, hey, what you doing? So you can do that. Then you have, products like Warren, where we're going to bond in our tokens. You can bond in DAI and Rat Pulse, right? Put in like 41%, get your 1,200, brings you 1,600. This is also delaying gratification though, because 40 days later, you can then sell that Warren. Is the Warren up or down in price? Then that means that your bag will be bigger or smaller. Or you can then pair that same bond that you just created, right, with more DAI and Pulse to get continuous daily, hourly, minutely drips of DAI and Rat Pulse LP. Okay, but at no point once you've bonded can you just take it back. You've got to wait for the bond to mature. You have to wait for your stake to finish paying you out. It's max ROI, right? So different kind of platforms for different kind of investment. I split it up, right? That's always the way that I've done it. So are we in? Finally? Oh, we're in. Okay, so there's lots of approving, but now we're finally getting the bag in. The bag's going in. Okay, if you enjoy this kind of content, please like and subscribe. We're going to finish this video with some nice information that AJ from SparkSwap sent me about the success of SparkSwap. Okay, here's a quick recap on some of our recent milestones. I know you're always talking about us, but he wanted me to, highlight some things. So I asked him, and he said, yeah. So SparkSwap is now 4.5 months old and only continues to grow and deliver. Last week, they hit the all-time high in daily volume on their DEX with over $704,000 in daily trading volume on their own DEX, not on Pulsex, on SparkSwap DEX. That's crazy volume, okay? Our Sparkler contract continues to be the secret sauce to our protocol, consistently paying out abundant rewards in Spark and Pulsechain token and in the LP, making it completely possible to take profit in Pulsechain regularly, like I showed you, without ever having to sell Spark. The SparkSwap team have been forming powerful partnerships with projects that are also delivering massive value. Warren Finance, Goat Protocol, ERSP, BattleBets, and Monstros Degens. Some of these projects we cover on this channel. And Goat, I haven't really covered, but it is awesome. The Spark token has held over 1 million in liquidity consistently since launch, and it's 1.5 million currently. This was from 2 days ago. The SparkSwap bridge has proven to be the fastest and cheapest, safest option for bridging to and from BNB, Arbitrum, and Pulsechain. This is only the beginning. With new features and upgrades on the way soon, we only expect daily volume and our community and the token price to grow. The last part was me, by the way. Didn't say anything about token price. I hope so. Don't we? Don't we all? Okay, so I am in the pool, ready for action with this one. We have $2,800 of DAI and Pulse staked here, and we've earned 1 cent already. Look at that. We're on the way. We're on the way through. Peace. I've been Crypto Mischief. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be good to each other, and as always, don't get wrecked.